Okay, welcome back YouTube. We're gonna pick up where we left off in the middle of the storm, middle of the whiteout, which we should recover from hopefully within, what, is that like 10 days out is what it's implying? 10 days more of whiteout? Are we gonna run out of food in that time? Yeah, we got enough food. We're good on food, we're good on all the things that aren't working except for fuel. We're completely out of fuel. I suppose that's the thing that I didn't think of beforehand. I don't have the workforce for it anymore. Okay. Maybe too many sick people. If I had workforce for it, I could build another industrial district. You know, I got enough coal stockpile that I can free the workforce up to make it work. Go ahead and build us another industrial district. I apparently don't have the space for the industrial district. Okay. So once that Frostpunk's done, we can build an industrial district, and we can put more coal liquefaction there. Pilgrim's demands met, so they're happier for that. That looks like that may have pissed off my communities a bit. Any promises I can fulfill on you to get you happy? No. Any promises I can make on you to make you happy? Heat recycling, I'm not opposed to that. It's only research, so I'm not opposed to that. Yeah, well, I could spend the research time on that. Waste heat conversion. So you want me to research the other one. That's fine. I haven't used either, so I'll research it for you. Won't necessarily pass it for you, but I'll research it for you. I suppose back out on the wasteland, or the Frostlands, we do have the ability to send our teams out. We're going to be careful because they can't go quite everywhere right there. More limited where they can be. Let's repair the automatons. More workers is good. We'll need experiment treatment law to get them without the disease. We'll wait for a moment before we do that. We got some new sites over here in the far reach. More materials. Remove the stone, take the core, then reassemble the car. Yeah. That's from the extreme cold. So we've got people freezing to death because of how cold it was back in New London. Blocked due to weather. Blocked due to weather. So I can still do things out behind where the storm went. It just doesn't. I can't do anything downwind from where we were. Okay, can't explore any new places because we basically can't get any teams out. They have to either be out or they can't go out. Okay. Oh, and I never popped into the hot springs. No, nothing to do there. Okay. Yeah, we can't do any more exploring, so I think it's back to the suffering that is freezing in New London for the next couple days. Did the Frostpunk finish? The Frostpunk did finish, so set up. Oh, the people dying has mean we have even less available workforce. so we've had a housing district damaged, which isn't the problem if I can find it to do the repairs. That was damaged. Yeah, repair that one. Suffering from notable cold, but that's really the major thing we're suffering from right now. And the moment it starts warming back up again, we'll probably have an excess of fuel capacity. Yeah, that's one thing we can do, is we also start disassembling a bunch of heat dispatchers if we've got a lot of fuel. To get the workers back from those. Frostlander demands met, which was do the research. Frostlanders want an agenda. Someone has already taken the next agenda vote. Okay. I think I'm hearing the sound of it starting to warm up. And I suppose people dying has warmed the city up because we now have, sadly, we now have space for people in the city. Population is stagnant, as one might imagine when the city is at minus 283, or 2,835 cold, or heat deficit. About to get it warming up. There's the first warming.
Shield your apprentice from the dangerous aspects of your job. This is how they learn.
Storm leaves, all negative effects are removed. We're still not quite warm yet. Alright, so we've got a heat surplus. It's not a lot of a heat surplus. Okay. Whiteout's still a threat. Chapter 3. So we've reached Chapter 3. Ice turns to steam as the whiteout wanes, but it is clear that we are far from keeping New London warm forever. The whiteouts are not gone. What will we do if the horrors of the whiteout years return? Asked the stalwarts. We want to withstand them without fear. We must improve the generator even more, and that will require a great deal of cores. Dozens. We only know of one sort that contains so many cores, the metal roots of Winterhome's ruined generators. Our current generator will not be enough. We'll need to colonize Winterhome to get more cores to upgrade the generator further. We need to change our plans. Prepare Winterhome for colonization is the quest. We found it, now we need to prepare it. Chapter 3. The Return to Winterhome. Colonize Winterhome, yeah. And supposedly it'll be a significant challenge. And obviously we can't do it while the storm is still there, okay. So we can start exploring, but we can't explore in that direction, okay. Explore the mountains, explore the coast. There might be a place that's 9, but I don't think there's a place that's 9. Alright. So let's go check in. Now that we're in Chapter 3, let's go check in on our old friend, the Dreadnought. That's not the Dreadnought. Take me to the Dreadnought, please. Okay, so we got surplus food here, but that's fine. We've got surplus housing, that's fine. Even got some surplus workers. Let's see if we can ship some of those workers back to New London. I got 159 free workers. You know, I'm not going to trust that. I'm going to do the 150 and see if you complain. No, it's definitely not... It's not counting for the increased efficiency we have, I think. In when it gives me that warning. As we slowly optimize the Dreadnought a little bit more and more. Ship in a little bit more oil. Ship a little bit more food. We don't need to ship as much of the goods here. And we can go back to New London, where we contemplate how the situation is. Okay, so now that it's warmed up, and we apparently have more workers again, let's try to get the coal production back up. So we're net positive there, yep. Okay, so we've got surplus food coming in. We have a bunch of surplus heat. So hopefully that'll get the... Well, oh, actually, no, we just have surplus heat. Okay. Pressure point. Steward, a handful of desperate pilgrims were gathered in the front of the generator early today. One spoke to the gathering crowd as they painted themselves in oil. Different plan from Winterhome, one that would breathe a second life into the cursed lands. We cannot destroy Winterhome for its colors. We must settle it. We must adapt. This is our last chance to make you hear us, Steward. So we must be loud. With that, they set themselves on fire. Oh dear. Oh dear. Rescue teams were able to save the would-be martyrs, but our people are clearly shaken by the immolation. Steward, the Stolets urge you go ahead with the narrative before people are swayed to their cause. Let's spin the narrative. Come over to the Frostlanders, and we're going to give you basically all our heat stamps to make you happy. And then we're going to ask you to de-radicalize the Frostlanders, which they succeed in doing. Okay, so apparently we are way overproducing heat. Then why are we not stockpiling fuel? Or are we still recovering from... We might still be recovering from being cold, is probably what's happening. Warm at last. Life in the city is now warmer than New London has ever known. People walk the streets in disbelief. They can remove shawls, coats, layers of clothing that have so many years were necessary, even in the best of conditions. It's warm. Yeah, it's warm. Can we start to stockpile some oil again, please? Yeah, we got surplus. Why are you not storing the surplus then, please? Oh, because that's what surplus injectors do. It consumes your surplus. Yeah, let's turn that off for the moment. Turn down food production. We are probably sneaking up when we're going to need to do another expansion of our production, or of our material production. Heat demand is decreased even more. Yeah, let's start building up that stockpile oil. Because apparently I was doing things. Okay, the pilgrims are pissed. Preparing a protest. I'd prefer if you didn't, please. Mandatory marriage, conservative treatment. Okay, you want me to research things. I'm on board with doing some research, so I'll do your research. Makes you happy. Okay, we got a bunch of grumpy people that'll have to solve, obviously, at some point. You're working at full speed. You're working at full speed. We can expand you, so I am going to expand you. Oh, I can coincidentally expand you to the deep deposit there. We still got more workers, so let's set up another extraction district.
Outsiders, be reminded.
Oh, it ran out.
To maintain
Okay.
your residency rights, you must remain productive at all times.
Okay, so when we get more Frostland teams, we'll have to send the Frostland teams to get coal from the map, I think is what we're going to do. They apparently wanted the agenda, and I didn't give them the agenda. So, you want mechanized scouts. I'm not going to oppose or support. I'm just going to let it go. If it goes, it goes.
The eyes have it.
Law passed. Okay, so the pilgrims are angry. Oh boy.
People of the city, your council has voted.
Okay, Ashtop Mountain is explored. Do we find anything good in Ashtop Mountain? Establish a manufacturing outpost. This is a possible settlement, or take the goods. I'd like the supply of goods, yeah. We don't need to take it all at once. Take the parts. Yeah, take the parts. Still too early to prepare... No, that's the weather station. Still too early to prepare the ruins of Winterhome, because the whiteout is over it right now. I did determine that we need to set up coal mines so we can liquefaction the coal. No, we can take the one off. 5K, if the 50K one off. I'm pretty sure there's a mine around here as well. There's the mine. Captain's mine. While we're at it, we can also set up this ice smelter. For materials, so we don't have to ship as many, we don't have to build as many materials on site. Stockpiling oil. We'll probably turn the surplus injector back on when we actually filled up the oil stockpile. Okay, so we should have another exploration finish in the Frostlands. Parasitic and Motherhood, or I'm gonna take the research one. I'm down to research for you. So you can try to pass laws later that you want and I don't. Relationships. Okay. Should hopefully make them a little happier. Oh, and we now have the exploration area explored. Hunt the seals, create a hunt site, gather site for food, or let the seals continue to breed. We might have food sources forever. So I can improve relations or get a food source. I don't need the food source, so we'll take the relations buff. A fragrant find. Atop the glacier, we found seals crates marked with the stamp of the Imperial Exploration Company. Each was tied to some sort of sail, long worn out by the subsequent winds. Scouts kind of thinks it's possible the crates were once dropped from airships. Tingle of anticipation, the scouts opened to find towels and toiletries. We found a bunch of toiletries, guys. Yeah, take that home. Some people will very much appreciate that. Others may not care, but, you know, if they don't care, they don't need to use them. I don't think we can set up any more coal mines yet, because this hasn't moved off enough. Oh, actually, based on that, maybe it did move enough. Share the people at the harvest from hot springs. Okay. It's not repaired yet. I just sent the stuff to do that repair. Check one of the other food sources if I can. Maybe. Where it says I can get these goods going. Let's get these goods going. Okay. Once those start working, then we'll have an excess of a bunch of things that we can make it so we can start to relieve people from working other things. We might get surplus workers again in good bout of surplus workers again in Winterhome. Frostland teams. Do I have all the Frostland teams out I can have? Yeah, it looks like it. Oh no, I can get one more out. An event. Commenting on the fact I have moved towards reason. Apparently not as much as the competing approach to both adaptation and progress. We're adapting to progress, guys. We're adapting to progress. Okay, now we have lots and lots and lots of food. So let's not deplete food we don't need to deplete. Let's not deplete our depletable sources. Similar sort of thing with materials. Depletable sources. The pilgrims are protesting. Repeal the heat overclocking. Research the recovery hospital. Convince them to stop. So if I get them to neutral, they'll stop protesting. Or I can do a research to make them not protest, or I can repeal something. So I'm going to take the risk on doing the research for them, because I think we can do the research for them in time. Let's go in extraction. So the deep core mining drill there, so we can mine that basically infinitely. And we've turned you off. To be fair, this is the one we're going to turn down, so. Nope. As the game locks up a bit while saving. Okay, so we got surpluses of everything, which is probably a good place to be in. Do I... No, I've already expanded you to do it. I can expand you to do it. Actually, again, I don't need as many pickups, so swap over to luxuries. We'll stockpile some luxuries. And let's... In industrial, let's do more coal liquefaction.
To wasteful fashion. A well-made coat is always in style.
Yep. Oh. They got me there. You can't research the thing to make us stop revolting if we revolt in front of the research facility. Well, now that I've noticed, I'll simply build another research facility. Wait, it hasn't moved on enough. Still got the whiteout in the way. We do got some teams back. Delegate session, so I delegated stuff to people, which is fine. Hopefully fine. I might regret it later, but for now, it's fine. Wait, I'm presumably going to need some teams for winterhome, so let's not ship these guys off right away. We're going to vote. What do they want to vote on? They want conservative treatment. I'll let them vote on it. I haven't promised them that they'll win the vote. I've just promised them that they will have a vote.
The votes are
And apparently they got it passed without my help.
City, your council has voted.
You know, let's slap up another. Let's slap in another research lab so that we can get all the research done that we need to keep people happy. Got some exploration finish, or just all my teams come back from whatever they were doing. Quickly do a scan around to see if I'm missing. Got some exclamation points, which is a census. We have more people, which probably means we need more housing. Oh dear. Hopefully we're about to have a colony. I can just ship them off to the colony. Because without building housing blocks, I think we're starting to run out of good places to send people. So, Pilgrim's first demand is met. Protests begin collapsing. Your relations with the Pilgrims have improved enough they don't feel inclined to protest anymore. Though they've still asked for the procreation research, so we will... You want recovery hospitals. Recovery hospitals. Hospitals. Yeah, we'll research it. I'm not necessarily building any for you, but I'll research it for you. We need more housing. Okay, so somewhat annoyingly, we'll get minus heat here. But I think I get enough heat from being near housing and stuff like that, that'll be good. And the plus shelter here will be nice in the long run. Short run will be a bit annoying, but long run will be good. Predicting that I might want more stuff frostbroken around there, so I'm breaking it ahead of time. Okay, food's going down. Don't want food to go down. So we'll turn some of these back on, I think. Turn the slow one back on. There we go. In fact, I'll turn the other ones back on to 1 level. So we can start stockpiling. The stockpile isn't particularly anywhere near full. So the protests have ended. And we damaged a housing district somewhere. I have no problems higher than minor in the colony at 300 weeks. Huzzah! Only minor problems. Path to power for the city safety. Stewart, the Pilgrims' protests have terrified many in the city. Many are calling for a response from the council. The captain limited the steward's powers, but he couldn't have foreseen this descent. Or maybe he did, but we'll find out. Captain has limited the steward's powers, but he could not have foreseen this descent. Maybe it's time to increase the rules. Yeah, I can propose it anytime. Okay, well, looking at the time, that's probably a good place to end this part on YouTube. So, catch you guys on YouTube later. I'll probably do one more recording part in this recording session, where we'll go and actually probably settle Winterhome in the next session, hopefully. So catch you guys on YouTube tomorrow.